Hi guys, what's up? It's your boy Crypto Marco yet again with another awesome video on the topic of cryptocurrencies. The currency, your friendly bank employee from around the corner advised you against investing because he said it's more sensible to invest in ugly Christmas sweaters. Those bankers. Anyway, in today's video, we are gonna talk about Ethereum, the cryptocurrency that maybe got after Bitcoin the most attention and surged in value like hell. So we're going to talk about that and the reasons and the prediction for the next year. But before I get into that, I just wanted to say thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate you on my channel. Hope you learned something and enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and comment down below. But I'd say let's just get into it. So as you can see right now, Ethereum is on the second place right after Bitcoin with 43 billion in market cap. We had a small correction a few days ago, so as you can see, the Bitcoin, like the market cap was just going crazy. 340 billion dollars. This money just kept pouring in, and kind of didn't stop. But then eventually we got the correction. The Bitcoin price consolidated and also all the other altcoins, but right now money is coming in and people are kind of happy again. So as you can see, all the coins are gaining, apart from Tether, I guess. But what I want to talk about today is Ethereum and the value that it's going to have for our society in the next few years. So Ethereum is unlike Bitcoin, not a real cryptocurrency. So as you can see, I can highly recommend you the Wikipedia article on Ethereum, because you're gonna learn a lot on what Ethereum is about. And basically, if you already saw my video on Ethereum, you might hear some things twice, but let's just get through the first section of the Ethereum article. So Ethereum is an open source public blockchain based distribution computing platform featuring smart contracts functionality. It provides a decentralized Turing complete virtual machine, the Ethereum virtual machine, which can execute scripts using an international network of public nodes. Ethereum also provides a cryptocurrency token called Ether, which can be transferred between accounts and used to compensate participant nodes for computations performed. Gas, an internal transaction pricing mechanism, is used to mitigate spam and allocate resources from the network. So something interesting that Ethereum does is that Ethereum, if you have a transaction that's maybe more important, gas is the reward for the proof of work which is being done on Ethereum. And if you have a transaction that's more important, you can offer more gas. And then it obviously will be, when it yields a higher reward, it's going to get mined faster. So that's an interesting function that Ethereum has with these smart contracts. Although I have to say that the problem of Ethereum right now is scalability and speed. While it is a little bit faster than Ethereum, capping at 20 transactions per second, still it's not where it should be. So Ripple, for example, can do 1,500 transactions per second, but you also have to keep in mind that Ethereum is a blockchain and Ripple is a protocol and something different. For comparison, PayPal does 200 transactions per second, and Visa and MasterCard can do up to 4,000 or 5,000 transactions per second. So they still have a lot to learn when it comes to that. But Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, might have a trick up his sleeve, but more on that later. But as you can see, even he says that Ethereum is the speed of Ethereum is compared to a network for a smartphone from 1999. So while there were no smartphones back then, I think you can actually get what he means. The scalability of Ethereum right now was really not that great, and is supposed to be upgraded in the near future. When that's going to happen, we're not quite sure of, but I don't know what is about Vitalik. So he made Ethereum in 2019. By now he's a multi-millionaire. I think that his net worth should be around $100 million somewhere. And he's only 23. Like, he's even younger than I am. So he probably has all the skins imaginable on Counter-Strike Go. And he is not only functioning as, you know, the father of Ethereum, he's also in many cryptocurrencies and other Ethereum projects involved as an advisor. Plus, he's also a speaker at a lot of events. And while he looks kind of geeky, it's amazing to hear him speak. Like, while he speaks, you can actually hear how different and on what other, you know, planet he's on when it comes to scalability, programming, and the future technology. And there must be a reason why giant companies such as Volkswagen and the German National Bank are interested in working with Ethereum, because Ethereum with the smart contracts function might have a tool that's going to be very interesting for banks. So basically, smart contracts are if X then Y functions. And why these are interesting for banks is because those functions, if they become scalable and faster, can enable banks to do transactions a lot faster than they're doing it right now. Plus, with the gas, they also have a little bit more power over it. So Ethereum does have its great applications. And if we look back a few months ago, how Ethereum looked like in June or July, you can see that Ethereum actually came quite close to the Bitcoin dominance. So almost caught up with Bitcoin, but then the Bitcoin price went up like fucking hell, and then peaked at 7,800. Then Segwit 2x got canceled, and it got back. But right now, Ethereum sitting somewhere at like 13%. And I saw this article on CNBC, and while of course CNBC is known to talk a lot of shit, they do make a fair comparison with other bubbles in the financial world, and we can also compare all these bubbles with cryptocurrencies. Some experts claim that cryptocurrencies are a bubble. Some say they're not. Others say we don't know. And in my opinion, I think obviously nobody knows what's going to happen. While cryptocurrencies do have all the characteristics of a bubble, it looks like right now a new asset class is emerging. So after stocks, after real estates, cryptocurrencies look like a nice alternative to that. And I mean, 400 or 500 years ago, when the first stocks were invented in Renaissance Italy, I think that maybe somebody said, Luigi, this looks like a giant bubble. This is a multi-marketing system. That might have happened, but at the end of the day, a new asset class was created, and there was a good reason why so much money was poured in. So it might look like a bubble right now, but in my opinion, if we do get a new asset class called cryptocurrencies, then why the hell not? If we just look at the raw data, you're going to see that right now Ethereum is sitting at 43 billion in market cap, solid number 2. Afterwards comes Bitcoin Cash, and depending on when you're looking at this chart, it might look really funny because I don't know what the value of Ethereum is going to be long term. Some people say it might go over 1,000, some people say it might be less. And if we look at the total return of investment, you can see that Ethereum has 15,000% and Bitcoin only has 7,000%. Although I must say that Ethereum on Coin Checkup, which offers a lot more information than, for example, CoinMarketCap does, it doesn't go all the way back to when Bitcoin was first made in July 2010, I think. You could get a Bitcoin then like for 6 cents or something like that. So what a price. But who would have thought that something like this would happen? So is it possible that Ethereum becomes one that you get for 1 Ether, fucking $1,000, which would put Ethereum like very close to Bitcoin? In my opinion, it is possible. Everything is possible with cryptocurrencies, but take a look at this. Right now, the scalability and the speed are not a reason for banks to jump on the bandwagon and just put all their money into cryptocurrencies. A lot of people are hating on banks because they're not getting involved in cryptocurrencies, but I mean, why should they? It's super volatile. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And while many people in the cryptocurrency industry dislike banks, they're here to stay and they won't go away that easily. So I understand if banks don't want to get involved in cryptocurrencies, but if they decide to if they jump on a cryptocurrency bandwagon, right now, in my opinion, Ethereum is the way to go and not Bitcoin, because you can't. Bitcoin is an asset. Bitcoin is nothing that you use to pay with. If you do, you're probably mentally retarded. Like, I'm really sorry to say that, even if I sound kind of mean, but Ethereum is nothing that you use to pay for something. I mean, neither is Bitcoin, but Ethereum is not a cryptocurrency. Ethereum is a platform for decentralized applications. I actually forgot to explain what decentralized applications are. So basically, a application that is centralized is, for example, Facebook. You upload your pictures to Facebook. Facebook does with the data whatever it wants, and in a decentralized kind of application, all the people in the system are the network in that application, and the more people are there, the more scalable it gets, the quicker it gets. And that's the idea behind decentralizing. So Ethereum might be a revolution for computing. Who knows what's going to happen. But I know what's going to happen with the comment section. You're going to comment down below with your opinion and a question, because among everybody commenting, I'm giving away a small sum of money in the form of Litecoin every day. So if you want to participate, just go ahead. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up. Check out my other videos, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and see you soon. Bye bye.